Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts. Today I am using book pages to make mini file folders and I'm just collaging them. And this is part of RoxyCreations weekly challenge. And so I saw her weekly challenge was making these folders this week, and so I thought that I would try it and see what I could do with it. And I made a couple the other night just because I was really anxious to try it and didn't have time to film, and I really enjoyed making them. So I want to do the challenge today and make a few more. And so for this, we're just covering a book page. We fold it and just leave a little of the edge sticking out here, and we're going to add a tab. And so we're just going to cover the page with some collagen. And for the inside, it's supposed to be for journaling, so I'm going to use a lot of neutral papers on the inside, lighter papers, things that will enable you to be able to write on the inside of these. And for mine, my book page is really thin, so I'm going to cover my paper all the way across the fold line on the inside, and then I won't on the outside, but that way it's not going to be too thick. But if you have thicker paper, then you're probably going to want to you're going to want to mind the crease line and not cover it. And that's what at Roxy's Creations, that's what she was mentioning in her video. And so but for this one, I'm going ahead and covering the thing, because this is just dictionary pages, and it's really thin dictionary pages. So I'm going to do mine a little differently. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make up a bunch of these today, and then I will decorate them and hopefully have time to decorate some before the video's over. And I did forget, I was going to set myself a 45-minute timer. Let me do that real quick. And that way I keep track of the time and make sure I can keep up with this challenge. Let's see here. And I printed out, I've got several digital papers that I've printed out, and then I have some scraps that was just left over from projects that I've been working on. And so I'm just going to use up some of my scraps as well. And I have some book page scraps and different things that I'm going to use today. So I'm just going to add that there. And I've enjoyed her challenges. I did one last week, and I did a project from one of her challenges the week before that, but I did not do the challenge. I just did some of the projects because I think they're a lot of fun, and it helps you to build up some different ephemera and things for your junk journals. And I have several junk journals in the works, and then several in my head that I want to do, and I just need to get them all done. But I like to stop and do some projects like this sometimes too, and it gets you some more things to put in your journals. So, and let me know below if you've got, how many journals are you working on right now? Are you working on any journals, and what style journals are you doing? I'm working on my steampunk one, which I hope to finish up this week. And then I'm also, I have one with really bright colors, and it has like hydrangeas and butterflies and pinks and purples and blues. And so that's one that I'm getting started on. And let's see, what else do I have I'm working on? I want to do a botanical one, but I have not even decided which papers or anything that I was going to use for it. So then I have a long list in my head of journals that I want to, oops, they've got a glue string that keeps following me around, that I want to make. So I always got lots of projects in my head that I want to do. So let's see here. I think that these papers are light enough that you could write on top of them. It's not going to cover up your writing. It'll show through. And let me see, what else do I want to add on the inside here? Thinking maybe another little journaling spot like that. Or maybe, let me look through this stack of papers that I have. Here's a book page. It's from a calligraphy book, and it had a lot of different, it has little writing spots in it, and I thought it would be interesting to put inside of one of these as well. There we go. This one has lines that you're supposed to practice your calligraphy on. So I'm just going to tear it out and just add it inside here and see what it looks like. And I better measure to see where it's got to go before I tear too much of it off. And let's see, it'll go right there. Perfectly fine. Now, which side do I like the best? I kind of like that. Adds a little bit more interest, the extra little stripes that go across it. Just going to add that right there to the page. Then I'm going to just fold it over and start doing the front. And on the front, I went up to the edge of the book page on the back, but on the front, I think that I am going to keep the paper within the book edge because I like the torn look of all the edges, and so I'm just going to keep that sticking out over the book page. And let's see what I want to put on the front. Put another piece of this. Let's see what we got here. Some of this, and let's see. And I went ahead and tore these sheets out, got the white off of them. So after I printed them to get ready for this, I went ahead and just torn on the edges all the white strips off. And I think I want a piece of this one on this page as well. I love this piece of paper. So let me see how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to just tear it right here. I'm going to, let me see, then I want to add a little bit of this. Just keep that in right here. And thank you all so much for liking and subscribing and commenting. I really love to see your comments and to hear from you. And I'd love to hear what you're working on and anything that you want to comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I really do appreciate it. I really like making my videos. I have had people ask me, do I make money doing these videos? And I don't. I just do it for the fun of it. I really enjoy showing my crafts, and I really enjoy the community of just, you know, hearing from others and just sharing what I love to do. And but I don't, this is just a hobby for me. It's nothing, it's not really a job at this time. It's just a hobby and something I enjoy sharing with others. Let me see, let me tear this. My actual job is that I own Etsy shops. My husband and I both work from home, and we have Etsy shops that we run. And so both of us have worked from home doing this for, I guess, about 8 years now, running our Etsy shops. And it's a lot of fun. It's sort of like just a family thing that the kids enjoy being with us and hanging out with us doing this business. And one of our sons works for our business. And so we actually are artisans for a living, and we love creating, and so we get to have a lot of fun. We actually get to craft for a living, so that's a lot of fun. I'm trying to find another piece of paper that I want to add to the front. I'm just looking here, but so our Etsy shops, one of the main shop that I work in, I make hand stamped jewelry, and that's what the shop started out as, is hand stamped jewelry. And then we actually now engrave, laser engrave jewelry, and we engrave leather, and we make leather products, leather accessories, and leather bracelets, and wallets, and we're getting into making leather totes we're going to be listing those soon. And so all that's a lot of fun. And then and the other shop that we have, and I'll link the shops below just if you want to check them out and see what they are. We actually have a woodworking shop, and that's the one that my oldest son mainly runs himself, and then my husband helps out with that one. And my husband helps out with the jewelry shop as well. He helps out with the leather and the jewelry. He actually does the sewing for the jewelry, the leather, any of the leather wallets, leather bags, anything like that. He's the one that does the sewing and puts those together. So he enjoys sewing leather, and he enjoys working with it like that. He hand sews some of it, and then he actually uses a leather sew machine with some of it. And then I do all the hand stamped jewelry because I'm the only one here that can stamp it. So I stamp jewelry, and then I help with the laser engraving things. So we have a lot of fun with that. And we just love working with our hands and creating things. And so everything we make is, you know, for our shops is handmade by us. And so we get to craft for a living, which is a lot of fun. And so then my YouTube channel, my paper crafting is really just a hobby for me. This is just something I do on the weekends. And I work on it some during the weeks, but I mainly do my filming on weekends and work on my paper craft on the weekends. But yeah, I feel like we get to play all the time. Just checking my timer out real quick because I got it on my iPad and the screen went off. And let's see, okay, we're doing good on time. So but I will link our shops below so you can check them out. And I've never opened it. I started it, and eventually I think we'll add some things to it with my paper crafting, but I have set aside a little shop for this channel for making crafts, and I do plan on maybe adding some things to it that has to do with junk journals, and I would eventually like to sell some of the journals I make because I can't use but so many of the journals myself. And so but the ones I'm making right now, I may put the steampunk one in my paper craft shop. I may open it up for that one. The butterfly one that I'm going to be making, I'm making for a friend. And then the botanical one, I want to make for another friend. So I don't think I'll be selling those, but I do want to eventually sell some of the journals I make because I am getting a pile here of different little things that I've been making, like the mini journals and well, I've made some junk journals, and then I've made some mini journals, which the mini journals I can add to the junk journals that I'm giving away. But, you know, I'm making so many things, and since I've been on some design teams, I seem to be making more projects. So when I do that, I do really need to do something with them all. And I can only write in so many of these. And excuse the noise in the background. I think my printer somebody is printing wirelessly somewhere in this house to this printer, so it's a little noisy, and that's the only problem. I've been wanting I wanted to make this video and earlier this week, but it is very noisy in my house most of the time, so it's hard to set aside 45 minutes for a video and keep it quiet for 45 minutes. So we'll see if I can keep it quiet today. We'll see how it goes. I think I warned all the kids that I was going to be filming, but the puppies, the dogs, it's a little cool outside today, and it rained, and so it's too muddy to put them in their play yard, so they are napping right now, but they always, if the UPS comes or anything, they will get very noisy. They're chatty little girls. So we'll see how it goes. But I really enjoy making these. I think that they're really neat to have in your stash so that when you are making a journal, you can add it to it. And she was talking about how you could add these to the center of your journal, and I think that would be neat to add it to the center of the journal. And I'm thinking when I add it to the center of the journal, some of them I'll leave open, and like this one, how I've got the journaling spots in it, I will leave it open. But I am thinking about making some that once I have the journal sewn together, I would just glue up the sides here, and it would just be a pocket. So I don't know if I need, I probably will still decorate the inside for that, but I won't have journaling spots. I'll just decorate with paper, so that way it does look nice on the inside if you see down in there. But let me see, I think I'm going to add this little piece of paper here. And let's see, it's going to need to go right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to add that there. And I would love recommendations below as to what kind of glue stick do you think sticks really good for collagen. So I'm just using my Fabri-Tac today. I did try my some glue that I bought, and I'm trying to use it up. I'm not crazy about it, so I'm trying to get it used up. It's this one, and when I tried it with collagen, it seems to make the paper really wrinkly and warped, and so I'm not crazy about that look. So that's so today I'm using my Fabri-Tac, but I don't want to use up my bottle of Barely Art Glue. I really like this glue, but I don't want to use it up. I feel like it's kind of wasteful to just use it on collagen because it uses so much of it up. And I guess it's not, but I don't know. I guess I'm stingy. But so I'd love to have a glue stick to do this with, and I think it would be a lot less messy to have a glue stick. I like how that one turned out. Get my timer, tap the screen before it goes out, but I think that's pretty. Okay, and I have this here to protect my table. So I've been using dictionary pages to make these, but now I'm going to switch over to the calligraphy book pages, and it's like the papers that I've used inside this one. And this is part of the calligraphy book that didn't have much calligraphy on it, so I thought it would make a good little mini file folder inside my journal as well. So let me just start collaging it, and let's see what we get here. Let me see what other papers I have printed out for this. This is a pretty one. And this is just one I had left over from another day when I was working on a project. So let's see here. If this one's going to be a little bit bigger piece, I should just collage with bigger pieces. I have so many digital files, I never can decide which papers I want to print out and use for things like this, but this was some of the colors of things that I want to use in some upcoming journals, so I thought that would be good to go ahead and use some of the papers that I thought would work. Let me see, I got a little piece of trash on there. Okay. Just slide that over, and I'll trim off any that's hanging over the edges. I will just trim off later. And I had some this book page here. No, this was the top. I wanted to keep that one. Let me see if I can find the bottom. It's an awesome book. It has all kinds of flowers and things in it, but this one got cut off, so I thought that would work good in the actual collage, since I can't use the flowers to decorate. So that would be good. And even though this is a journaling spot, you could journal over top of this, but there'll be other journaling spots inside this folder, so you can have some pretty in there too. I love collecting books for this, for junk journaling. I love collecting books to read also. I have tons of books in my house. And so I probably have way too many books. And so then I got into junk journaling, and so I really love collecting books to use in my junk journals, and I'm starting to get quite a few. So I'm going to have to start using them up, or either stop collecting so many. So they can really build up fast. I like looking for used books and seeing what I can find. And this right here, this came from this awesome book. I know I'm messing up my time probably. And so it's Wildflowers of North America, and it has tons of pictures of flowers in it that you can cut out. And that's what I've already fussy cut a bunch of those out to put on the fronts of these, to decorate the fronts. And I'll, let me see how much time I got left. So I've got 24, I think 24 minutes left. So my camera did stop a few minutes ago, and I had to, so I paused the time, and then I just started it right back. So hopefully it all works out to be the right time. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do something with my videos so that my camera doesn't stay so full. I need to start saving them somewhere other than on the camera. Try to delete as much as I can off of it, but it's always cutting off because it's too full. You know what? That one's probably too short. Let me see. I want to cover it down to the bottom, so let me see here. I can use that other piece I tore off. I can use it on another one. Just line that one up there. And I recently got this tearing ruler. I've seen a lot of people using it, and I normally just tear with my actual just regular straight edge ruler. But I love this ruler because it gives it a little bit more of a design to the edge, a more torn look to the edge. So I like that. I need to find the lid to my glue. I think where I'm sitting and doing this and leaving the lid off, it's starting to maybe starting to dry out some. I think this glue you can add acetone or something to it if it starts to thicken too much. And I probably need to do that to that bottle because I wind up sitting here and crafting and forgetting to add the lid back on. There we go. And now what do I want to add right there in the middle? Maybe a piece of this. Just needs to be a small piece. You know, I wasn't thinking about it. This is thicker paper. I probably shouldn't have crossed the line there. I'll definitely not cross it on the outside. I totally forgot. I was thinking I was doing the dictionary pages again, so that'll be okay. I still think it'll be fine. I think it's going to, it'll do just fine. It's not, because this paper is, well, you got book pages in here, and then the papers I printed on are 32 pound, I think is what it is. I don't even have the paper pack nearby. I think it's 32 pound paper. So it's not real thick. It's not like cardstock, so it probably won't be too bad. Okay. So I think I'll watch the time, and I'm gonna make a couple more if I have time, and then I'll stop and decorate some of them, because I do have some things cut out that I can decorate them with, so I won't have to take time fussy cutting that out already. Okay, there we go. Press that down, and I'm going to fold it back over. And I already got my fold line in it right here. I do need to make some tabs though. I don't have a tab punch, so I just make a tabs myself. I am going to trim that edge. It's a little too rough. Okay, so what do I want to put on the front of this one? Let's start out with this piece. Or, wait a minute. I do like this piece. This paper. That's very pretty. So let me add that. These are a lot of fun. I just think collagen's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the belly band one. You can see my video on that one, the surprise belly band ones. That was a lot of fun too. And I've got some other ideas of surprise ones I think I want to do. I want to come up with. So this one I'm just going to stick there. we go. And I am leaving the book edge around it. I like that peeping out. So let's see, what else do I have over here? I could use some more of this page on here. Let's see what that looks like. I don't know. I don't like that with that one. I have some of this. That I could add. I think right in there would be pretty. Let's see. I don't really have any rhyme or reason, just what looks good to my eye. But I do like I was talking about the belly bands, surprise belly bands. I think those are a lot of fun when you just collage and then when you cut it down like that, trim the edges, and not know what you're going to have till you're done. That was a lot of fun. So I want to try that with some other things as well. And collaging to me is so relaxing. It's something that you can sit and do, and you don't really have to measure, or you don't have to do a lot of prep for it. You just sit down and start collaging and just really enjoy yourself and enjoy your craft time. Here's a book page I think I'll try. I think I'm just going to put that sideways there. And tear all the edges. I want all the edges torn. I don't really want any straight edges for this. And let's see here. Maybe I put it like, I'm trying to figure out what I like best. I may have tore that not wide enough. Let's just do another piece. And I can use that other piece in the next one. So maybe like that, and then tear it right here. And I'm going to leave that little number on there. I like that, the page numbers. I like how that looks. Turn it this way though. I like to take and turn the writing different directions on a page when I'm collaging as well. And now I need to add something to the bottom here. Let's see, and I probably have to put something, I may actually have to put something over it when I go to add, if I have flowers and stuff, it may end up that I'm going to need to put a little background or something, so we'll decorate with that in a few minutes and see. But I'm just going to go ahead and add these, and then we'll figure it out once we go decorating. So how's the weather where you're at? It's beautiful here. We've had some, today is cool, but the sun keeps going in and out. But we had rain yesterday. We had a storm yesterday afternoon, and we had rain last night. So it's a little muddy outside, but it is, it's beautiful. It's been very pretty here. Yesterday was gorgeous. It was hot, but just so sunny, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful to finally have some spring days. I have missed the warm weather. I like winter when it begins, and then it doesn't take me long to be tired of winter and be ready for spring. And so everything's blooming here. Last week my allergies were horrible. I wanted to film last week, and I had to wait till the weekend just to film because my allergies were so bad. It's just like, well, I actually felt horrible. My allergy medicine wasn't touching it at all, and so but still I was taking the allergy medicine because, you know, the more you take, they say it's supposed to build up in your system, and so I was taking it, but it wasn't helping at first, and so then just making me groggy. So I was just very sleepy and tired last week, and just really didn't get anything done. So I felt great this week, and the weather's beautiful and everything's blooming. I'm surprised with everything blooming like it is that I am not having more problems with my allergies than I am. But so I have just enjoyed. Yesterday we took the dogs out in their play yard, and they were able to play, and one of the boys and I, one of the younger boys, we tossed the Frisbee around because we were playing with the dogs with the Frisbee, and then we got to playing with it, seeing what we could do with the Frisbee. The dogs didn't care nothing about the Frisbee. They were busy just sniffing around and seeing what all they could find in the yard. Because we live close enough to the road that I don't let them out. Even if we didn't, I'd be afraid something would get them because they're little bitty dogs, and so they're little schnauzers, and I'd be afraid that, you know, coyotes or some sort of animal would get them or hurt them. So we have a little fenced-in play yard for them so we can keep them safe, but they can actually have some freedom to run and play. But when it's really cold and muddy, I don't let them out because they are tiny, so tiny dogs can't handle the cold as well. And then I just don't want them in the mud either because they got to come back inside, and I don't want to bathe them but so many times in the week. So, but they had a lot of fun yesterday too, so it was good for everybody to get outside yesterday. I think everybody here went out and enjoyed the weather. I think most everybody is staying in the house today though here because it is cool out there. So maybe they got their feel of it yesterday, but I did walk out a little bit this morning. But I was chilly. I guess I put short sleeves on this morning because I thought it was going to be hot like yesterday, but I think I should have put long sleeves on. I had the air on. I turned it off because it was getting too cool in here. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. And I think, let me check my timer. I just got to talking and totally forgot about my timer. Okay, it says I have, what's it, 13? I got to count down because I forgot to, let's see, set the timer right. So, because I started before I said it. It says I have about 13 minutes. Okay, so let me do, I'm going to do another, I think I'll do another one of the dictionary pages. So let's just go ahead and start adding these. Let me tear that little white piece off. I'm going to use some of the pieces that I've got laid aside over here now. The little bitty pieces that I've trimmed off or had the wrong size. I've been using them as I'm going, but I'm going to use a few more. Oops. I've been having a lot of fun this past weekend though, making those mini journals using, it was one of my design tea projects, using the ephemera kit from Happiness and Crafting. And so I've had a lot of fun with it. I made 2 little mini journals this weekend. Well, here's one of them that I uploaded the video this morning of this one. And it's got all kinds of little tags and cards and things in it, and the base of it is actually an envelope. So you should check out that video that I put out, and let me know what you think about it. Those were a lot of fun to make. And then I made another journal, a different little mini journal, and these little journals I'm thinking of adding inside of junk journals, unless I need to send somebody a quick little happy mail. I think it'd be great for that as well. But I made 2 of the other one. Actually, I think I made 2 of this one as well. I can't remember, but yeah, those were a lot of fun playing with that ephemera kit. And I was just trying to play around with the ephemera kit and see, you know, how could I use it other than just, you know, as is in a junk journal, and different things that I could do with it. And that was a lot of fun. So I put 2 videos up this week of those journals. Let me see here, and I hope I remember to link everything that I've told you. If you ever see that I say that I'm going to leave a link and I don't, and you want to see that link, just let me know. Just comment below, and I can come back after I've uploaded the video and I can add it in. It's just that when I upload the video, sometimes I forget about all the links that I need to add, but I don't mind adding it later. It's very quick to add it later. It's just that just remembering all the links that I need to add. So I probably should write myself a note down, but it's easy for me to get when there's so many different little things when you're uploading a video that Sometimes I forget what I'm needing to add. But, oops. And let me see, I think I might add a piece of this. I don't know. I've added that to every one of them. Here is this one. You just tear across it and add it in here. And this inside looks different once you fold it, I think, when I'm just making them stretched out like this. And this one I am intentionally going across the thing again, the crease, because this page is thin, like I said before. So I want to be sure to, maybe I'll just put it on this side over here. Okay, and then let me see here. I have some of this. This one's going to be really a lot of flowers on the inside though, but that may be okay. Let me see. That one's not torn. Let me tear here. I've used a lot of little ones in the inside of here, so it's making me have to add more. Oops, knocked my glue over. I think after this one I will decorate some, because I've got some that I made the other night when I was just sitting here and it was too late to film and too noisy in my house to film. So I made up a few just to try them, because I was really anxious to try them after I saw the video that day. And so I think I will pull those out and we can decorate those as well along with this. I just need one more little piece here. Oops, I tore that one terribly. Just add it right in there. Do I want to just cover it like that? That's fine. The sun is coming out again really bright. I want to get me some roses and plant this year, so I need to get me some things. I want to go to the store and get some flowers to plant, because with everything blooming right now, it really makes me want to have more flowers in the yard. So I really don't know the right time of year you're supposed to plant, but it seems like now would be a good time, as pretty as it is out. Let's see here. Need to fold this one. I'm not feeling where it was folded before, so I'm just gonna fold it. And now what do I want to put on the front of this one? Let me see how much time I got again. My timer keeps shutting down the screen. I'm using my iPad and the screen keeps going away, and so I can't see how much time I have. Let me see if I've used all the papers that I put out to use. I've kind of made a huge mess here, is what I've done. So I'm thinking I am going to add this one or this one. Let's use some of this one first. Oops, it's got a little torn there that's going to be too jagged. I'm surprised the dogs are being quiet this long, but nobody's asked to go out. That's surprising. Because normally when I'm talking, they want to look up here. They want to come in here and see, who am I talking to when I'm talking to the camera? They probably think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. That's what it looks like to them. So they do come and look. They're trying to see up here, who's she talking to? Who's here? Is there somebody new? Poor little girls. Think their mommy's crazy. Let me use some of this sheet music here. Oops, I am tearing that terrible. Thank goodness it's collage, right? I think I'll add it in the bottom corner here. And I'll boys are being so quiet, which is good. I think one of them's gotten up and went outside now that the sun's come back out. So, let me see. Maybe that right there. I might turn it this way though. It's a little too short, so let's just grab another piece. And let's see. I'm going to do it like this. So I'm just going to stick it on right here. Maybe like that. Okay, I'll tell you what, I only have a few more minutes left, so I'm going to actually, I think I can add one more piece of paper here, and then I'm going to decorate those really quickly, because where my camera stopped, and I had to start the timer. I'm afraid that I did not start it at the right time, and so it may be a little off. And so I want to get some decorated before I finish up this video, and so I don't want this video to go on forever. So let's take, and I'm going to add this right here, and then I am going to go ahead and decorate the front, and then I can always go back and collage the back of this one, because I've got some flowers and stuff, and I may not have time to do it all because I am very undecisive when I cannot, indecisive, I'm not sure. Today I can't remember the word. I hope you have days like that too. I have days where I just can't remember what I'm trying to say, or can't think of the word that I'm trying to say. But I have a hard time deciding, maybe that's what I should say, have a hard time deciding what, I've already laid this one out, what to put on these sometimes. So I went ahead, this is one I did the other night, and I went ahead and laid it out because I was playing around with some things, and I cut this out of that book I showed you, the Wildflowers book. And so I thought it looked good on this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue it on so I can have one decorated. Sometimes I find that I have to prep some of this ahead of time because I am slow in deciding what I want on these things sometimes. Okay, and I'll show you the ones I made the other night. I went ahead and made one. Oops, I should have put the oops. I definitely should have put the paper down for that. But I made one the other night to go along with the journal that I'm getting ready to start, the butterfly one. And there we go, let me get that down. Let me wipe that off with my finger, of course. Put this paper down underneath. And so I'll show you that one as well, what I did with it. I used the papers from the kit, along with some book pages and things as well. And these are some little butterflies that I cut out. And I think these may have came, Artie Mae's, I think, is where that come. It's her free files that she has on her website. And I think that's where these butterflies came from. Okay, and so here's the one we did today. And let's see what we can add to it. It's got some pink in it. And there's a pink flower. Ooh, I love that flower. There's the pink flower that I cut out. And I could add it. Kind of blends in though, but it's still, I like that. And let's see, I could add another one of these butterflies. There's some tinier ones too, or it may not need anything up there. Just looking to see what we have. Okay, so I want to go ahead and add that. Let me find my, I've got ink, I mean not ink, I was going to look for my ink, but I've got glue all over my fingers. Okay, I'm going to look at the timer one more time. Okay, so I think my time is pretty much up, but I want to finish, I think I want to finish this one real quick, and then so we can just say I probably didn't meet the challenge of getting any completed during the challenge, but I still had a lot of fun putting these together. So yeah, that's all that matters, right? Good thing is, part of the challenge is I'm getting something done, right? I'm actually crafting and having fun. So I think I'll add that there. I don't know if that darkened it made it blend in worse or what, but let's just add it right here. Let me see something here. Does it look better or worse? I think I just like it like this, and I think I'm going to put it over here where it kind of blends in with the lines on it. There we go. It'll be touching all the different colors. Okay, so we got this one completed, and that's pretty. I do like that little flower on the front. It's pretty simple, but I do like that. And so we've got that one, and let's see, and I'll show you the one that I made for the butterfly. Here's the butterfly one I made for that journal. And let's see, let's just decorate one more if I have time. This is the large one. Or we could do the small one. Let me see, the large one might be... No, I don't like that one. I may have to find something else for the large one anyway. So let's try the smaller one. So we have this one that we did today. I don't know if that flower's too big. I don't know, I kind of like that there. I've got other ones I've cut out. See, that's the problem. I said I get indecisive. I can't make a decision. So I think I'm going to put this one on here. I like it. And I'm just going to try to just ink around the edges and not on top of it for this one. But it is so small, I'm not going to be able to get all of them. It's not that. I'm just going to put that there like that. I wonder if I should cut in to that flower or not. I think that'll be pretty, just like that. I don't need to be so picky. Just go with it. I think that'll be pretty. So I'm just going to put that right in there on all of those, where all of the edges meet. I'm just going to put that there. And a little butterfly would be cute on there. For some reason, I always want to put the butterflies on the right-hand side. I'm going to hold off on the butterfly for now. And I have one more that I made the other night, but I think I'm definitely out of time. Wonder if that would look cute on there. There's a little bird. I think the red, I'm going to have to find a different. I think that would look really good on there. And maybe a little butterfly with it for sure. Let's find a butterfly that cut it out good. My machine was not cutting good the other night, and so some of them are lopsided the way it cut, and so I'm not going to use those. And I have so much glue gobbed up on my fingernails. And okay, so I'm just going to decorate that one like that, and then I'll just stop for then. And I think once I get off here, I'm going to ink around these, and I might sew around them as well. Sew around the edges, and there's my timer if you hear it. So let me see if I can figure out how to stop it. Okay, there we go. I'm not the greatest with, where was I putting that? Right there? I'm not the greatest sometimes with some of this technology. Okay, so let's just add this flower, and then I'll be done, and we'll just look at them all real quick that I've done this week. Because I have a few more, and I have some that I did with that other glue, and I am going to use them. I'm just going to put them between some book pages and try to flatten them out better. So let's see, I want to kind of, once again, put this over where the edges meet on a lot of these. There we go. I think that looks pretty. And so we have this one that I did, and then here's one we just did. And this is the other one we just did. And there's one I did the other night. I didn't do that one today, did I? I'm trying to remember. Maybe I did just do this one. Here's the butterfly one. And then here is a blue one that I did. And on this one, I added a little sticker on the back of a little ladybug. And then for this one, this is another one. See, this one really crinkled up from that glue, but it kind of looks aged. It'll go in a really good vintage aged journal. But these were a lot of fun, and so I'm going to go back and put tabs on them and sew around them and ink them. So I didn't really get any completed, but I did get them started, and I did have a lot of fun, so that's really all that matters. Crafting's all about having fun, and these challenges are fun, but we can't stress them too much either, because we're supposed to be having fun, not doing production, right? So we're supposed to just enjoy the process. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.